my mom grew up in that area. So she went to, like, everybody from Germantown, parents either grew up together and their kids grew up together.
They either was friends or foes.
Exactly.
That's what's crazy because in Germantown, they grew up fighting. Like fist fighting. Like the girls used to fight.
Literally. Oh, I
like,
know.
My
mom used to get shit in
your
back
mom
in the day.
From one of them blocks of neighborhoods that everybody know them bitches fight.
My mom from my mom is from North Philly. It's like her grandma, my great grandma Bernice passed away years ago, but she had 13 kids, so I come from a big ass family. So her 13 kids, they in this motherfucking big ass house. You know them houses where Roosevelt High School, like the middle school is, big as shit. My grandma literally lived in that big ass duplex house on the corner. Everybody know us from knowing like, oh, that's Miss Barnice's grandkids and shit. And then we grew up and it was just like, you know, but her big as fuck. I was asking your family last name because my family's so fucking big.
Make sure we ain't related.
No, we probably is cousins. Your last name Rice.
Yep.
You know Malik Rice?
No.
See, y'all probably cousins and don't know me. All of us literally be related and don't know.
They used to think Maurice Rice was my cousin, and we haven't found any relate. They don't come to family reunions if they are.
It'd be like
you ready?
That. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm sippin', 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 I'm sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. It'll be 2023 already and you wouldn't have had a shot yet. I'm in here with my special guest, Neesa. What's happening?
What's up, bro?
How you feeling?
I'm here, man.
You definitely here.
Finally made it to the city to come fuck with you.
Made it to the city. Now, let's speak on that. Because Neesa's from here. But left here a while ago, and we'll get to that, to do bigger things or different things, to pursue other achievements, other ventures in ATL. So you've been gone. I actually have had you on the platform before from Atlanta.
Yeah.
But then we scrapped that and said we're going to do it in person.
Do it in person.
And it was a great interview too, but
it was fun.
The person is going to be even better. But yeah, how are you? You good?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Good. Explain to the people a little bit about who Neesa is and what it is that you do.
So hey everybody, I'm Neesa. I used to be Neesa Philly. I'm Neesa Pretty Brown Skin Poppin. Like, you know, I've been around for a minute. I've been in Atlanta for 5 years. You know, 5 years. This year hit 5 years. Prior to moving to Atlanta, I had won Philly Hip Hop Award for Best New Female Rapper.
Talk that shit.
I was doing my motherfucking thing. Shout out to Mo Gates at Heat Factory. Yeah. Definitely was a Heat Factory artist, and we had a movement. We had shit like popping. It was lit. So, yeah.
And in the middle of all that, you left. Now, did the achievement? I'm not trying to be smart. The achievement of the Philly Hip Hop Award, was that part of it? Was that like, did that give you an opportunity because of that recognition, or did that give you an idea because?
I think all the other opportunities that was presented around me made Philly hip hop fuck with me. Cause I was like,
Speak to that.
So I literally, my fault. I literally started in Philly, of course, we grow up just rapping on our blocks and shit. I started with the niggas in my neighborhood. Like, shout out to Pusha Feek. That's like my brother. One of the niggas that took me to the studio. Shout out to everybody from like 17th Street area. Like, I fucks with y'all. Dope. I'm from Brickyard. I grew up in like Brickyard, Nicetown, Erie Avenue. It's all down the street from each other. Right. Everybody know Germantown separated by hoods, but literally,
and it's hard to identify.
It's hard to identify if you don't walk those streets.
Yep,
period.
Exactly.
It is because Germantown Avenue was one straight shot, and it literally goes all the way up to where you from in Mary Erie, and it just chopping different hoods. So I grew up like all throughout Germantown. That's I bleed Germantown. Shout out to the Yard. Shout out to Nicetown. Shout out to the whole motherfucking North Philly. Like it's been around. So I was just out here, making noise. I started going to I did a cipher for Chalk, 215 Real Exposure, and she from Southwest. So every time she had something, she'd be like, pull up. I started meeting Southwest niggas. I bumped into my dad, old bros and shit. My dad a DJ. Shout out to my daddy, DJ Razor. My dad a DJ. So my dad was stamped in with people, and these motherfuckers like, oh yeah, this Razor daughter, this Razor, I know you. So they like, nah, you family. So they made sure. Your
name is DJ Razor.
DJ Razor.
Your dad has the best DJ name. One of the best DJ names ever.
DJ Razor.
But go ahead.
Yeah. So DJ Razor, that's my dad. He was friends with Dame, aka Sonny Black.
Okay.
And Ice the Super. And those was his, you know, his homies and shit. So they're like, oh, you family, them my uncles. They my music family, but they like really real lives, like my motherfucking, they my uncles. I love them. I can call them for advice, anything.
And they recognized you off the gate. Like
they molded me.
So they've been around you, yeah. So they definitely
they molded me. They built me to like literally all the shit that I started to deal with in this industry. They literally fucking boosted me for that when I was nobody. Like, oh, motherfucker, you about to be something. So this is shit that's gonna come along with shit. This how you handle shit.
And
this how you do this. This how you do that. Exactly. No, I ain't listen to them at first though. We don't listen sometimes. I used to get rowdy with I used to be crazy.
I was about to. That's why I looked at you. I was trying to figure out which ways did you not listen. You was out here turning up.
I was turning up. I used to be crazy. I used to be one of them bitches on Instagram like, this motherfucker ain't finished my artwork. Fuck this nigga. He took my money and now I'm airing you out. I was one of them.
I meet y'all all the time, man.
I was one of them. However, I'm telling you, when I moved to Atlanta, minus the grind with the growth, personal growth in stored in me. I learned what to react to. You know what I'm saying? But before, we from Philly. We react to every motherfucking thing. Motherfuckers step on your foot on an accident. We ready to go ham. Even if they apologize, we still like, motherfucker, you still stepped on my... But in Atlanta,
but it even starts before
different.
that with us.
Yeah.
We don't have an inviting face or an inviting mentality when we come across people, even before they do something to us. I remember going to college and I was in Baltimore. I'm out there with New York, DC, Baltimore, you know what I'm saying?
A
bunch of motherfuckers that come from tough neighborhoods. Yeah. And they like, why y'all Philly niggas always mugging? Why y'all so evil? Why y'all be like that?
Chicago niggas even say that shit about us.
Yeah.
And they Chirac.
And I know Chicago niggas, they used to say it too. It just wasn't as many Chicago. So I wasn't going to say it like, but I'm talking about in numbers. Yeah. You definitely had a bunch of people from these places and they all had the same, it's like, they had to get to know you to realize you was cool. Yeah. Because their assumption was, this motherfucker on some shit.
We have like this shell on us. We really the coolest motherfuckers. We the smoothest motherfuckers. Philly swag.
And we get along with Chicago famously.
Philly swag is all over America. Everybody's saying join. We made join. I'm saying join since the 2nd grade.
We done designed what a beard is supposed to look like. If
exactly. We got our own sandwich. We got our own sandwich when we go to other cities and states. Like how we be like, let me get a cheesesteak. How we so exactly. But when you go somewhere like a restaurant, they be like, oh yeah, let me get a Philly, but it ain't our Philly. It ain't our cheesesteaks. But if that's what y'all do, that's what y'all do. But we still got a sandwich named after us.
I was just in BMORE, right? So Sunday come up, football on. They like, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get something to eat. I'm starving. We done partied, went to 5 spots last night. Like, I just want to eat before we get on the road.
Lit. Let me
see. You know what I'm saying? And so they like, all right, cool. We can go to the bars, but down Fells Point. Fells Point is on the other side of the stadium. It's 30 bars. All of them is showing the games, right? They like, we gonna go to the Eagles bar. Like, the Eagles not playing today. They like, it's cool. They gonna play all the games, and they make cheesesteaks. I'm like, I did not come to Baltimore to get no goddamn cheesesteak. They like, no, it's cool. They got other food, which they did. But them motherfuckers, because they from Philly, well, around Philly, close to Philly, the two that I'm thinking of in particular. Yeah. And they know what a Philly cheesesteak is, but they've been living out there so long that Sunday is their opportunity to get the closest thing they could get
to a cheesesteak.
So they wasn't sacrificing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I felt them, but I'm like, damn, that's sad. But everybody out there is so much happier.
Yeah, it's very different. Like, no, like, okay, shout out to Big Dave Cheesesteaks because he definitely brung that Philly native narrative to Atlanta. Okay. Like, he did. He got 2 stores, I believe, down there, but he did his thing. Like, I if you from Philly and we in the same, I'm supporting you. Like, I support. Right now, I'm supporting Amanda Fallon. This her clothing line, Wine and Wine. She's a dance instructor. She's a reggae artist. She's straight out of Philly. So that's my girl though. Like everybody think females don't support each other, but this my girl. If she got a show, I'm there. If I got a show, she there. We support each other. It's tight knit. Philly, we really tight knit. All of us not ignorant. All of us not assholes. We just got a shell to us that is like, you gotta get to know us. But what I learned though, Sammie, that sometimes first impression is everything, right? So it's not always, I'm from Philly, that's how I am. They don't get it everywhere with everybody. Right. So I had to learn how to like have that demeanor of don't play with me, but I'm still a cool person.
But that's
I had to find
personal,
balance.
That's personal growth. And a lot of people, because you know we like to do the Mars Venus thing, which is cool, but a lot of people in general will always lead with, well, you know how I am. And it's like, if you're identifying a negative trait that you're aware of,
fix it,
and you're not working on it, then why I gotta deal with it?
I don't want to.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not nobody's responsibility to deal with.
Exactly.
And the people gotta get over themselves sometimes, because you're telling me blatantly, I know I can't have a fucking conversation without being retarded. Yeah. But that's how I am.
But that's how I am. If you want to talk to me, you gonna deal with it. And it's like, no, I really don't want to. I don't have to. I'm not obligated.
COVID taught me that my time is limited. Do what I want right with my time for the rest of my life.
Speaking of COVID, what happened to monkeypox? That shit came and went for 2 weeks.
Man, I'm glad it did. Shit, many hands.
They gotta stop making shit up.
Man, listen.
Remember the bird flu?
Ebola. Everything. I remember
E. coli.
E. coli.
They said Wendy's got E. coli right now. I keep telling everybody, don't go to Wendy's.
But E. coli don't go nowhere. E. coli is a thing.
Right.
Don't go nowhere.
It is. That's something that they teach you about when you working in like the health field and stuff like that.
But you were saying, before you left for Atlanta, you had quite a presence in Philly that you were able to garner relatively quickly through a lot of your connections and
a lot of connections, grinding. Yeah. Like, I wasn't just in my neighborhood with it. I went to Southwest. My brother my license was suspended, so I used to have to get driven around and shit. So my brother used to be like, damn, like this Southwest shit, like you good up here and shit, like being a big brother.
I thought you was from Germantown. Y'all travel without license.
So my big brother, not me, nigga. I had an open case. I had some shit going on in Virginia. I had a lot of shit going on at that time where it was just like, hey, can somebody come get me? Oh, hey, let me get an Uber.
Tie your laces and button your top button and walk straight.
And be grown. Because listen, let me tell you, the money I was making in the streets went to lawyer money, court fees and shit like that. You be like, is it worth it?
Who you tell it?
It ain't worth it.
I had 3 open at one time. But
listen, we ain't gonna get into that because we free.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Shout out to Explain.
Because we free now. But yeah, like, it's just like, you know, coming from Philly and like migrating throughout the city. Like, even recently, 2020, I went on a tour with hip hop since 1987. And I was meeting other people from Philly who probably was like on the come up after like I left Philly. But then they like, damn, I fuck with you, you dope, da-da-da-da. And then one boy, I forget his name, he got on my live and was like, yo, I ain't know you was like her. I'm like, what you mean? He like, you like her. Like, I'm telling people, like, I did a song with this girl, she from Philly, but she live in Atlanta now. He like, niggas regular, like, oh yeah, that's Neesa.
No, I've had those conversations where I've said something about Neesa and motherfuckers was like, Neesa, what she look like? She used to be with such and such. She yeah. I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, well, it's Instagram, like, like.
And they like, oh yeah, I know Neesa.
No, that's her. Like, it'd be like hold up, it's been a while. That's still her. And I'd be like, so what you, and they say the same shit that you've been telling me, basically, like, about your background. Like, nobody has said anything crazy to me, but it's always been that, like, no, I know who Neesa is, but it must be another Neesa, because they must have got it confused before.
No, you know what it is? I'm grown. I left Atlanta. Remember on Players Club when Diamond said, I walked in, the young lady. I came out like, that's me.
But no, besides that, like, just the fact that, like, niggas should know. No, that's Neesa. Yeah. But it's like, they be
some people say my name wrong, though, too. Like, they be like, Nessa. They call you Nessa? And I be like, no, my name's not Nessa. My name is definitely Anissa Zakia Jamila. Like, my name is my name my mom gave me. Y'all gonna say that shit, right?
Anissa Zakia Jamila. I like that.
Anissa Zakia Jamila. My mom, I ain't saying my last name, but that's my full name, though.
No, I like Anissa that. Zakia Jamila. A lot of names.
From Germantown. The home of the Muslims. Yeah, I know. Assalamu alaikum, no wink for me.
I'm mad how they acting around the masjids right now.
Do you see that? 2 people I grew up with, though, recently, just crazy.
That's probably the night I rode through that. It's crazy.
That shit crazy and shit, man.
Yeah, but like, being as though you took the leap, and I want to salute you. I'm good. I got mine. Thank you. Being as though you took the leap, and I want to salute you because I always say on my platforms that a lot of people don't leave their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that do go out of town, they go out of town because there's a lot of support there and there's guarantees there. You see what I'm saying? So it's easier. You don't seem to have had all of those things.
I went on a leap, literally a faith.
Yeah.
I told Maul and Brizzy, shout out to Brizzy on the beat too. Shout out to Maul Gates. I told them they like my brothers. Like, even though people depart and move on, that don't mean that people not a part of your life no more.
Absolutely.
Or it's like fuck somebody. People automatically think when they don't see you, it's beef, and it's like it's no beef. It's love. These niggas used to come and eat Sunday dinner in my mom's crib. Not anybody can come and eat dinner.
Heard about us together in
Oh,
a
that's
negative
fat.
way.
Exactly, in a negative way. I told you how I was. I ain't give a fuck. I'm at you. I'm at everybody. Who want to fight? I got hella cousins. I'm
I
ready.
like Sweet Neesa.
Everybody likes Sweet Neesa. I love Sweet Neesa.
It
Sweet
gets you
Neesa
further.
is literally like the Neesa that is like literally at the elevation of her life.
Sweet
versus-
Neesa is who you was when you was 7. Before you was tainted.
If I was
Before you-
tainted in these
before you
Philly
started-
streets,
Before you started reacting.
my nickname was Pootie.
You
So
was a
it's
Pootie?
Pootie. I'm Pootie.
That's funny.
Everybody know me as Pootie. I used to when I used to be in trouble a lot, so I had to do community service at a Boys and Girls Club. At this point in time, my mom, I was in 10th grade, so we like moved out Delaware or whatever. So I'm a tri-state baby. I literally every weekend I come to my dad's house. I'm with my Philly friends, and then I made my own friends in Delaware that I'm still got friendships with to this day. Like, you get what I'm saying? Which I didn't understand what my mom was trying to do. I just felt like she always was taking me away.
Nah.
But she took me into when my mom
gotta
was making them
experience
risky
something different.
moves,
Yeah.
it literally, like, I'm so appreciative for it because I know how to conduct myself when I'm in certain places with people.
Code switching is important.
My mom
It's
is
not a negative
Bugetto.
thing.
My mom and my aunts, they professional as
my
fuck.
mom.
I'm sure.
My mom. People
Professional
think
as
my mom
fuck.
grew up in the hills somewhere. I'm like, she from 60th and Locust. Like, they used to
Yeah, that's
fight.
your mom you posted earlier, right?
Yeah, man.
Mom Dukes look like she's
Mama.
like, hi, how are you? I'm Barbara. And then she be like,
Goon.
motherfucker,
Whole
go to
goon.
go give me some motherfucking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
Like, my mom is a lot of my friends' favorite person. Like, because she's real. But at the same time, they've seen her in those lights.
We
where
just
it's
had a
like,
big dinner for my mom yesterday. My friends came over that I grew up with and stuff
For
like
what?
at her
What
house.
did she do?
And my mom's birthday was Thursday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday,
I want to
mommy.
be clear.
love
I wanted to
you.
say congratulations or whatever we were celebrating. Like,
Yeah, her
everyone
birthday
skipped
was
that.
her birthday was on Thursday. So my mom, she's just very simple. She
Mm-hmm.
just my mom loved people. She loved being like that. Like, I wouldn't say she loved being like because it's just her. She's a beautiful person,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody like my mom is Mama Mira. My mom named Samira. She got a young girl name.
Yeah.
And so they be like Mama Mira. That's what they call my mom. Like, my mom was the house when we lived there on Nicetown. Everybody coming and getting plates.
Mm-hmm.
When we was on Brickyard, my mom cooked for everybody. That's how she expressed her love.
I don't know your mama, but I
through
know
her
your
food.
mama.
You see them
You know,
Insta snaps and shit.
we
You
all
see
know
that shit.
house. Yeah, I know what
You know what I'm
about.
saying? You see how she cook. You see, and I be posting that shit. My
Yeah,
mom
absolutely.
throws down. Listen, I ain't even get my phone was dead all day yesterday. I ain't even get to get everything she cooked, but she threw down. Like, my friends and shit that came over, like, they still live in Philly. My mom live out in Maryland, so they drove out there. They took that hour. That's how much they love my mom.
Yeah, and they love
Wanna
you.
say
It was
that
an
hour.
opportunity to see you while you was close
Yep,
by.
exactly.
So it's
We
2
all
for 1.
tight knit. Yeah, we
That's
all
dope.
tight knit. It's like
I like it.
I love my genuine friendships that I got with my friends that I grew up with in Philly,
Mm-hmm.
because it got us close. I gave them opportunity to see something else when they came to see me, and ain't no other shit exists. Like, I had one of my friends,
That's how
like,
it was
she,
with me being in Mount Airy and having a bunch of friends from North Philly.
Exactly. It's a different world. It's literally a different world. It's a different world from being down Nicetown where they was having fucking GTA shootouts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then going to my grandma's house up fucking like Torbahock and Musgrave, but then over there down the street on Morton, it's going down. It's like literally
You
like
go to the Hollow, it's crazy.
crazy as fuck.
It was
Wayne
so many
Ave, back
pockets.
there, crazy
Yup.
shit. And my dad'll always say, like, that's how shit used to be back in the day, man. That shit like back in the day. And I'd be like, that's crazy, ain't shit changed. Cause now that I'm grown and shit, my little brother and little sister, like me and my little sister, we 10 years apart. Me and my little brother 8 years apart. My little brother a DJ and shit. He probably met him before. But
He local?
he local.
I need his information. I might add some gigs for him.
Okay. DJ Hottie, Lil Hottie.
Tag
Yeah.
him.
I got you. Shout
And
out
give
to
him-
my
and give
little
him a heads
brother.
up. Let him know I'm not one
I
of them.
will.
I'm
My
one
brother,
of them.
he be ready for
Yeah.
it all. He like the word.
Like,
Shout out
you
to
know,
my little
Sammie be
brother.
serious about
That's
it.
my little brother that just had his baby too.
Oh,
Congratulations, little
bro.
Hottie.
Lil
But
Hottie.
yeah, so yeah, my little brother, he in the mix and all that. But I be
You've been
feeling
talking
so.
for 15 minutes. We done
Yeah.
shouted out your whole family. You are
I know.
amazing at this. Keep going.
I love my people, man. I shout out
dope.
my family, my friends, everybody.
No,
shout out to Lay By Me too.
I think it's important.
Don't I do that I did that the last interview, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I shout out everybody. I got my wig, my purple wig on. I'm like, shout out to Lay By Me, my sister, my hair. Still shout out to Lay By Me. She got shot in West Philly off of 60th and Thompson and called the Queen's Cave. When you see it, shout out to Leek Crawley. He's a dope ass artist out of Philly, and he did all the artwork in my girlfriend's salon.
Dope.
That shit dope as fuck from the inside out, from upstairs, downstairs to the bathrooms to the hallways.
I'm gonna look at a page. I'm gonna find a page.
Dope as fuck. It's a Around the Way girl shit. You know, we the Around the Way girls.
Yeah.
We the real bitches. So you know that's exactly what's presented in her salon. But the Around the Way girls with style and grace and class, and you know what I'm saying? Because it depends on how you carry it, not what you presenting, but how you carry it. Because that's who Neesa Pretty Brown Skin Poppin is.
But that's what the Around the Way girl originally was, like from the Heavy D thing to
LL to what they was presenting. Mary.
When they spoke about it, they was talking about class. Even Cool C. You know what I mean? When he was talking about the kind of woman he wanted. He wanted a woman that had a little, in hip hop in general, it's always we want a little spice. Like a little kickback. But at the same time, I be in these rooms and I gotta be able to take you where you just gonna be pissed a lot. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not gonna jeopardize what's on the table for what's in your head.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what a Around the Way girl is always.
Yeah,
it's always been something with some
I
class.
say the homie lover friend.
Homie lover friends
homie
is dope
lover
too.
Friend.
They dope.
That's
they
the Around the Way girl. You know what I'm saying? She a homie, she a lover, she a perfect friend. Like that's the Around the Way girl.
And I ain't gonna lie, calling her up every once in a while for that plus one comes in handy. Yeah. Sometimes you need to walk in the room with something. You know what I mean? Like
I don't like going in the rooms with people no more.
But sometimes it's like, you know what? I can't take the homies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me bring her with me.
Even if she now got the lover part, if it's the homie and she fly, come on, roll out with me and we gonna people watch and talk shit and I gotta shake some hands tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's gonna be fun. You gonna drink for free, you gonna eat for free. I'm gonna do our thing.
Just look nice. Just have a good time. Just mingle.
Do our thing.
A mingle night.
Because that's part of it. Also, I could sick you on some people because there's people that don't want to necessarily open up to me in my little elevator pitch. I ain't gonna get the same amount of time you would get to lay down.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you a quick couple bullet points just in case.
Say this, say that.
Yep.
And at the end of the night, we gonna recap.
Because they gonna ask you who you with.
Yeah.
Tell them the company name. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gotta think say the company. Say the objective.
Don't say hey.
Say why you're here. It ain't about me. You know what I mean?
Cup number 2.
Stop advertising. It's like, no, fuck with you.
Look.
I see you.
This is what we advertising. Sipping with Sammie.
That part.
Cup number 2.
That part.
That's what I should have did the first time.
You know what? I'm gonna pour up with you because we gonna get into something real quick.
Betty, let's have a real ass conversation.
Before we started, you mentioned briefly, and that's how I knew Rock in them. Right?
Yeah.
So let's first go ahead and make your cocktail, and we're gonna have a sip to P&B Rock. You know
Rest in peace, P&B Rock, man.
Somebody that did a lot in the city, and somebody that you personally love. So
listen, rest in peace, Rock. I just feel like that's a whole hurt piece for Philadelphia. Rest in peace, baby, man. I feel like I feel like all of us that was coming up in that era, that was on them stages together, supporting each other, singing with each other, all of that, it didn't matter. Remember before we got into like our other topic, I was saying Germantown broken up in so many different sections. But at them times when we was in them places, we didn't care what hood you was from. And if you was hot, you was hot.
And everybody was in the streets in some kind of way. So it's like, it's neutral.
Right, exactly. See, I'm a girl who was in the streets, but in the streets a different way. I wasn't the one that
and
was
I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about like
shit.
Even if the guys that you came with, a couple of them is in the streets. Right. If you got a manager, he probably a street.
But we gotta be here and we gotta think about the bigger picture. Then when motherfuckers ain't thinking about the bigger picture, then the motherfuckers then we in the shootout, and then we got all this extra shit. But
that's when we gotta be responsible and blacklist motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Like when the Philly Hip Hop Awards shit happened and they had that fight and the shooting outside downtown, all that shit. It's like if we know who that was, stop making all these
was 2017.
Yeah, stop. And I was there. I was right there.
That was the first one that I wasn't able to make it to because 2015 they had the security and had all that shit lit. Same with 2016. And then 2017 was the one I wasn't able to make. But that was the last one I got the nomination for. I know. Mm-hmm. I remember that because we had did a show. I did a show. Mm-hmm. Myself. It was a whole bunch of other female artists. K-Dub.
And it was the same night?
K-Dub. No, it was like, it was when he first was trying out the Trocadero. It was like earlier that year, because you know the Hip Hop Awards be at the end of the year, like December. Right. So that was like earlier that year, like February. Jimmy like, I'm trying to pack this shit the fuck out. And like for that night, like with the girls, we all had supporters. That shit was lit.
No, I heard about it.
It was fun.
I actually heard about that event.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And
I
then
wasn't
like,
there though. I
always did events for him. Motherfuckers, when you bring people out, they be like, oh, this motherfucker, we gonna make some money from them.
Yeah. I mean, that's the name of the game, ultimately. Yeah. I mean, beyond talent, like
fan base.
You get spoiled. We're in Philly. It's a lot of talented motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like when we go to these events, yo, if you're at a showcase, a situation where there's local talent performing and you don't see 5 dope people, then you was in the wrong room.
Yeah, definitely was in the wrong
room. You was in the wrong room.
We had the best showcases.
I've seen 15 out of 18 dope motherfuckers.
I miss those times. So I'm getting my reality show together. So the whole first episode is literally going to date back to like high school.
You got footage?
Yes.
From back. What's the can you say the name of the show yet?
So it's called Neesa Brown Skin Poppin, My Time. Just letting people know like this is my time.
Neesa Brown Skin Poppin.
My time.
Yeah.
And you know,
Mary
this
J.
was
Blige, my lady. Okay.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's auntie. That's like if we look at like a marketing, is you on point like a mug. If we was in like a marketing and branding aspect meet and round table, that's how I would present Neesa as the artist. Mary J. Blige niece or best friend, little cousin or something. You get what I'm saying? But with her own story. Mary J. Blige spoke for the 90s babies and
you dance better than Mary or no?
Huh?
Do you dance better than Mary or not?
I be grooving. I definitely be bopping and shit. Because
we're not going to hate on the queen. We love the kick. The kick is a
Mary J. Blige made it okay for what Whitney couldn't make it okay. You get what I'm saying? When I say that
sound, but take me there.
Whitney Houston always said she couldn't be herself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Herself is me. Herself is your cousin, your sister, your mom.
No,
us real ass, the coolest bitch in the world. Like shit, I'm about to smoke a blunt with you. We about to chill. We about to have a good time, sing, dance tonight. Like we just fun. But she had to be like this pop person. Yeah, and it wasn't her. And she like, this ain't me.
She was black because Madonna was running wild.
Exactly.
But the irony.
When you black, you gotta. When we black, listen. I watched this podcast. This girl said some real shit. She said, I was 11 years old. They was wanting me to handle shit like I was 20. She said, black women, we gotta grow up. Like we have to literally grow up before we're grown. And that's a fact. Because a lot of us had to grow up before we're grown. And when we grow up before we're grown, that's when you get teenage pregnancy. That's when you get this, get that. Because a girl gonna go out and have a baby because she already taking care of her younger siblings. She already done raised some kids. So now she like, oh, this is the norm. You know what I'm saying? Kind of is the norm to have a baby young in a village because it takes a village though. But it's just how America portrays
whether
shit.
You realize it or not or others realize it or not, it's not spoken on enough that the same syndrome that we suffer from, black women do too. And now it's coming to light more because now there's hashtags attached to it. But the world don't give a fuck what happened to you.
No, they don't.
If you disappeared,
they only want to hear the glory story.
If you disappeared, nobody's coming to look for you. If another country grabs you, nobody's sending nobody to get
Brittany,
you.
That shit
way before that, and we can get but way before that, that was the thing that we've always been aware of as a people. That we're not separated by that because of gender.
Yeah.
But what happens is a lot of the times, the traditional sense of women being taken care of and to a certain point still makes it kind of misconstrued as the effect that one fact still has a burden on how you live your life.
That's a fact.
Because I heard a lot of young women that had children early say, I just wanted somebody to love me. I just wanted to take care of somebody that was...
And I got young
I wanted something pure.
That I'm close to that have said that to me. In common statement.
Or you get brothers that say stuff like, I might be out of here soon. I gotta leave something.
I gotta have a legacy. That shit is crazy.
But it comes from the same place.
But listen, niggas would say that shit when we was 17 years old. young, kids.
I didn't see.
You
30.
feel me? Kids.
30 was like retirement for me.
When my brother said my brother's birthday party last year, his 30th, my big brother. I love my big brother. That's my dog. My dad cried. Like my dad was just like, you know, you my first son, and I didn't even think I would make it to 30, but for me to make it to your 30th, he like, damn. Like, and they just hugging and crying. It was a beautiful moment with black men. And like, you know what I'm saying? My dad wasn't like the greatest dad. However, your parents are your parents. You love them for who they are. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be at peace and love it. Right. Exactly. And my parents young. My dad just turned 50 this year.
My
mom is 75. You know, in her 50s this year.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hit my 30. I hit my milestone, and that right there is like, damn. I'm the youngest out of the four, and I'm the youngest out of the four, and I just told you their ages, right? Yeah. Babies with fucking babies, literally. Yeah. So it's like
you got 7 nieces and nephews.
Exactly.
Right.
You feel me? Yeah. So it's literally like, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful seeing my siblings' kids and shit. Like, that shit is amazing.
It's always a blessing.
It's a blessing. Like, me and my niece, my first niece, she's 17. That's my bestie. That's my boo. But we grew up like together.
She been out there with you yet?
She lives in Atlanta now. Her mom moved to Atlanta. Dope. My sister moved to Atlanta in 2019. We go out and shit. That's my baby. Like, I love my niece. I just dropped her off to her friend's house before coming here. Like, she literally like, can you drop me
Be careful with her.
Why you say that?
Because I know you already are. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I think it always needs to be reiterated, because if she's growing up with the background that she has and the aunt that she has, then we have to absolutely make sure that she elevates beyond everybody
she's so
else.
She's so
you see what I'm saying? Like, you got to be on
she went to a whole different district in Georgia. They want her to
because
graduate
you know how dangerous
December.
you was, right?
Facts. She's different.
And I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm talking about mentally. Like, mentally, what you could accomplish based on...
Can I shout out my mentor, Sister Keita?
Okay.
I love Sister Keita, man. Sister Keita been in my life for a long time. I just recently got back in touch with her. I was trying to get up with her while I was here, too. I need to call her when I leave here, but... Sister Keita helped me. Sister Keita, the reason why I rap. She gave me a book. I used to fight. I used to rumble. I was little, small. I went to Imani Charter School. So I went to Imani Charter. So literally, like, shout out to Imani Charter. It closed down. However, I can say, and anybody else that was a student there, like that went there, can say, we had some great mentors in there. We had, like, you know what I'm saying? Some great people in there. When I got back in touch with Sister Keita, it was a beautiful moment for me and her. Like, I cried, because if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would be a rapper today. Like, you know, like her, my dad, my mom, like, just people around me. My grandma wanted me to sing. My grandma, I could sing too, but that's what she wanted me to be. All right, grandma, I pops my shit. I got shit. Like, I pops my shit.
Grandma,
I ain't say it like that.
Shit.
No, I ain't say that. I actually took a copy of, like, my very first mixtape. It was like, Mall had got some joints printed up, and my grandma, she's an old school grandma. Photo albums and shit. That's what she like. Like, anytime I'm doing something, I'm printing photos and I'm mailing them to my grandma. She an old school grandma. I'm like, that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm constantly trying to show my grandma pictures on the phone. I should.
She got a phone. She got Facebook and shit like that. But my grandma, she the fuck like. She like old school still. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I know we gotta match people love language to keep the bond with them.
Absolutely.
I can't keep sending her stuff to her phone and shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, I be like, grandma, I'm like photos. Let me send her these pictures of me, my cousins, or me and this person. She be like, well, who this person? I opened up for Waka Flocka a few years ago. So I like send her the pictures and shit. So she called me. She like, well, who is this person that you with? Is he somebody famous or something? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, he this person. She like, oh, okay. But my grandma, she like one of them, like, she's a music head. My grandma is a singer. She sung, I told you, she come from a family, 13 siblings, like big ass family. So they did shit. I had gangster fucking uncles. I realized, like, that's why I was gangsters in my DNA. You feel me?
You grow up and realize who your uncles and your aunts is, yo.
My mom
knew a little bit.
Yeah, but no, when you get older, it's different.
I've had a couple Thanksgivings where we had to go bail somebody out before we said the prayer. You know what I'm saying? That
real shit.
It's like, yo, this like the second time.
Or you gotta answer the phone call
so that everybody can talk to him.
Me? I'm on some. We on some real shit. I just was on the joint with my fucking little cousin. because me and all my first cousins, me and all my mom's siblings' kids, and my siblings and their siblings, all the cousins, all the first cousins with no kids, all linked up and did like something together. And it was so fucking nice. Like, it was just like lovely. Because we was planning it. They like, all right, Mimi and Pootie coming up for the weekend. We need to do something that weekend. Because we always do shit with our parents involved and shit. But we grown now where we can start doing our own shit. So
and
it's
y'all
like,
can start planning the family reunion.
Hello.
That's enough of y'all.
But them family reunions, it be so many people we don't know. They be from South Carolina and shit. And Georgia and shit. We be like,
y'all
hey,
don't know them.
I'm here.
That's the reason y'all don't know them. But the twist is like, and I tell people this, and I like to repeat it, because the family reunion can be a cookout.
The jail calls.
All the way up to a weekend thing. Like, I have 2 family reunions on one side of my family.
Really?
Yeah. One
y'all
is
doing
always
separate in the year?
They they're different months, but they're back-to-back months. I think it's July and August, if I'm not mistaken.
I think every family reunion falls within them range of the months.
They're back-to-back, but it's like one is boring because it's always the same place. The other one travels.
Okay.
Because a lot of that side of the family is spread out. But it's a huge undertaking. I know it take a lot, but they're both full weekends because people are traveling from everywhere to come in.
did that growing up.
But we don't have to necessarily do that. You know what I mean? But it gets to a point where the people that do that are too old to do that, or they start fading away. And then there's no committee. When y'all can do what y'all just did, y'all can build towards whatever. And it could be meet at fucking Dave and Buster's.
See, that's what we be trying. That's literally what we be trying to do. Literally, like, it was like that's everybody bring a dish, everybody bring a bottle.
You moved away.
Exactly, that's what I tell them. Like, but our
this.
next step now, we gonna do a destination trip where all of us put in, because they my cousins, but literally like my mom's house was like that sacred place. All my cousins, like all of us, we all grew up together. Like my cousins, my boy cousins is my brothers, my girl cousins my sisters, and then I got my siblings.
But we got an awesome family, by the way.
Yeah, they my motherfucking peoples. I was just talking to my cousin Samira, my mom's junior, Samira Junior. I was just talking to her after like on my way here. She like, go ahead, cousin, go ahead and fuck out that fucking podcast and shit, you know, shit like that. Like, that's my cousin. They be like,
make sure you subscribe, Samira.
Make sure everybody subscribe when y'all hear this. Fucking shouting y'all out and shit. I'm getting lit. Man. That's why this called Sippin' with Sammie, because Sammie know if you sip, you gonna motherfucking tip and tell it the fuck off.
The crazy shit about it is, honestly, I'll tell you how the concept started, right?
Yeah. But it be how we be on live. I mean, it's regular. We do this regularly.
I wasn't a media person. I was always a rapper. And not really a rapper, but like.
But this fits you.
But thank you. But I had got an opportunity from going to mad stations as a rapper. So one of the owners called me and asked me if I wanted to do a remote radio show.
That's dope.
And I'm like, remotely? You mean to tell me I ain't got to be there every week? Because the way I was moving, I wasn't going to be there every week.
This setup dope as fuck.
Thank you. But since he said remotely, my first idea was I can go to niggas' man cave, studio, park, whatever, bar, bring a cooler, run a tab, whatever, and interview them and then send it to the radio and they'll play it. That was the initial idea. Yeah. 5 years later, it became this. But when I had the idea, I still wasn't media yet. I became media 6 years ago when I got with Flyboy Friday on Glockaware, and then I got an FM radio show on 98.5.
Shout out to Glockaware Radio.
Salute Glockaware always. And then we started this. But it's just funny because the intention was to make people comfortable, but not necessarily to so that they would tell more. It was more so that they wouldn't feel like they were being interrogated, because a lot of interviews feel the same and it gets annoying. Attacking. This
is like a regular conversation with your long lost cousin.
And I appreciate that. But it's like a lot of interviews they ask rappers the same 5 questions. Who's your top 5 rappers? Who is your inspiration? This, that, and the third.
They ain't really get to try to give the people to feed the artist, who is probably a dope fucking person, by the way, but they ain't get that from that platform.
And we pushing you towards maybe a headline or a caption when I might have got something better if you just let you talk. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. So it wasn't, because I want to be clear, like when you make people take shots, and I'm not throwing no shots at Drink Champs, I love them, that's when you're doing it to make sure that. But also another dynamic that people don't realize about Nori, so I bail him out too. It takes a rock star to drink with rock stars.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers go through whole bottles. I drink a couple glasses, you drink a couple glasses, and we done. You know what I'm saying?
Nori is popping right now too. His fucking old song is back popping.
Back popping. He just had Patty on. He lit. Like, shout out to, you know
yes,
what I mean?
he did have Auntie on there. Did she have that sweet potato power?
She has.
I love Patty. Patty, one of the first people to put Philadelphia on the map.
She about to put out guacamole with Nori. No bullshit.
For
Patty
real?
is one of the dopest people ever.
I fucks with Auntie, man.
Check out that interview.
Auntie been the shit since she's been the shit since she's been the shit.
She one of ours, man. She come from that. And she know who she is.
Philly, she a hustler. See, a real motherfucking Philly motherfucker, we know how to motherfucking hustle. My fucking little cousin said to me the other day, she was like, you really down in Atlanta fucking doing it. She said, bitch, because I was down there with you, I had to fucking leave. She made it, a joke. We was laughing and shit. But she just like, you really doing it.
To your coin.
I'm getting to the coin. I'm grinding. Right.
These are things that, and like I said, just moving is a huge thing. To be able
the show
to
crazy.
Go out there
you want to know what the show?
Go ahead.
Mighty Good. Goodie Visions. Shout out to Goodie Visions. That's my business partner, my brother. I love you, Mad. It's my dog.
My man is
Mighty Good. Yep. Mighty Good. So Mighty Good started off shooting regular shooter shooting videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ended up moving to Atlanta. I said, because Ma shot all my videos, main director. I said, Ma, come down to Atlanta, bro. I'm like, you could stay with me so you get on your feet. Like, we could do some shit out here. He like, man, I don't think I can come down to A right now. Typical Philly nigga shit. I don't think I could do this. I got this going on. You know what I'm saying? And but he actually was going to school.
Okay.
Or institute, perfecting his craft. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my bro. He definitely worked for that shit, and he got his bachelor's now.
The Art Institute is one of the best programs in the country.
One of the best programs in the country.
And I'm talking
so
about like
at this time, Philly closed down. So he like, damn, my school closed down, but guess what? I think I'm gonna come to Atlanta. This is God. When I say you speak shit into existence and you put that energy in the air, now this is maybe 4.5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, because I was in Atlanta maybe for like a year at this time, and I kept trying to get him to come out here.
City shut down.
Not when the city shut down. So this is before that, maybe like a couple years before that, maybe probably about like 2018ish, going into 2019. So it was A3C weekend. So all right, this October, A3C weekend always in October. He ended up coming down, and we shot a fucking video in the middle of fucking
A3C?
Walker Street, in the middle of A3C events, where events was going on live. So we getting all this live shit, all this traffic, people come in and out. So it was dope. That was in my song PBSP bars. But Mod, he's like a great, like, he has a great vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, his vision is just like, it's crazy, because working with him these last, like, we've been working together for almost 10 years, but he's like my friend that was like, I stole him from my brother and my cousin. And I say I stole him because him, my brother and cousin used to trap together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, tight knit. My brother said, shit, my shoot videos fuck with mine. That's what my brother said. So I hit up Mod, and then it's been inseparable. It's inseparable. My bro was in Atlanta with me, and my bro said, yo, I want to do a reality show.
It's crazy how one sentence could change somebody's life, yo. I'm listening.
That's the sentence that changed it. My brother is the reason why.
He was in the streets.
He was in the streets too.
And he had the talent.
We was all, it's crazy because coming from the streets, you literally be like, the shit that you be around, you got to experience, be around some real shit to know that this is not what you want. Like, literally, it's nothing wrong with saying that shit.
If that gate has ever slammed on you and you ain't think that shit was corny, then something wrong with you.
It's crazy because, like, I tell him all the time, like, literally, I tell him all the time that he motivate me and inspire me, because it's one thing for me to move to Atlanta, but to get your best friend / director / business partner to come to another city and state and he thriving too, it literally was like, damn, you motivate me to keep going.
But that's where my thought comes from. It's the to go and to thrive. You see what I'm saying? It's the whole thing. That's why I'm saying, like, one sentence. You know what I'm saying? Because
absolutely. It's crazy because my big brother, he always was just like we the opposite, but we so close, right? Everybody thought we was twins growing up. My mom used to say that though. She's like, oh, they twins. Like, she used to say that shit.
Your mom on schemes.
I love my mom. My mom's silly. My mom's silly like us. Like, all her kids are silly. We silly as shit, man. But my brother
that they thought was my twin. If he was really my brother, we probably would have ran that play, but it was weird.
Y'all shoulda. Shit. Take shit and run with it. And then later they be like, it was a hoax. They wasn't twins. You know, people always want to uncover shit. So it would have been lit.
It was just weird, but go ahead. You know, we niggas like we in the hood, by the way. But
we in the hood, by the way. Fuck that. We get into it.
When you 15 to 17, there's a lot of this.
Oh yeah, he want to try to little boy you and shit.
You know what I mean? So it's like once we start doing that, then it gets weird because we are too arrogant to do that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Now I feel you. That's the Philly mentality.
Back to your fake twin. Because you really had one.
Yeah, I really had one. So my brother, we tight as fuck. So my brother, I'm like, yo, I think I know how to rap. He like, what you mean?
Yo,
I like, listen to this. Tell me
how to rap is hilarious.
I like, tell me if you like this. He like, all right. So I play the beat and shit.
I'm a pretty brown girl.
No, it wasn't that. It was some good shit. My raps wasn't no bullshit, man. My brother was like.
Can you remember one of your first? Or the one you split for him, part of it?
I don't.
Okay.
I smoke too much, yo. Bro, when I say like, my brother would be, I ain't give a fuck with nobody else though. If he don't think it's good, I'm not.
Scrap it.
Facts. I
remember the opening line of my first round.
I don't remember. Like, it's like I do kind of, but I don't. However, I remember when not my first rap, but I do like it's gonna be on my reality show. My homegirl, the Shara, she was fucking recording me and my other friend Kayla and this Gucci Mane Lemonade beat. So we all like real ghetto, real youngest.
That's funny.
My opening bar for that was like, moved out the hood, bitch, but I'm still hood, bitch. That was the first opening bar. I swear to God.
Moved out the hood, bitch,
but I'm still hood, bitch. Like literally, and they ad-libbing, but I'm still hood, bitch, because you know you want it. You know?
No, it's so much that's funny about this story. The first part that's funny is that your whole demeanor changes back to that. You like an actress, which
I
keep trying to explain to people in music.
I'm very animated.
But when you do music, you have to take on a personification. Not the same one every time. You have to play roles to create an arc.
You do.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the fact that as soon as you thought about it, you said, and you went, like your whole demeanor changed. And then when you did they part was out here.
They ad-libbing and shit. The shopper behind the camera like, but I'm still here. Then listen. This when landlines was popping. Okay. If you had a cell phone, you had a cell phone. But this is when landlines was still lit. So in the midst of the fucking joint, her dad called. So she answered. It's like, you know, the cordless phone shit. She like, hello. Hey dad. Yeah. It's on the whole video. Like, I ain't putting all of that in the joint because, you know, it's going to be chopped up.
That's funny,
but
though.
This shit is so funny. Like, yo, shout out to the Shira. Shout out to Miss Kenya. I love her family. I am 30.
No, then.
Then I was like 17. Okay. But I rapped for a long time before then because it just...
No, it sound like it.
It always came natural. Like, I
was rapping when
my dad was a DJ. I was rapping before that.
I started rapping the Funkified.
I used to... that's the shit. But look, it don't matter. That's a classic. First of all, she is the shit. She the shit.
Lot of bread.
Yo, come on.
I was a Chris Cross fan. When they started putting the bread on their shit,
Jermaine Dupri,
like, who is that nigga?
Jermaine Dupri brung us some motherfucking talent. If it was one thing he did, we got some talent in the 90s because I was a baby.
He was 15 when he was bringing us. Well, he was 19.
Remember he was down. The freaks come out at night. He was in that motherfucking video like, I'm like, wait. Is that Jermaine Dupri? I kept rewinding that shit. This when DVR was popping, but they would play old videos.
I just saw a picture I never seen of him last week with him DJing, and he had the cut with the gum.
And most of them DJs, like Irv Gotti was a DJ. I enjoyed that Murder Inc. documentary.
Hip hop, see, it started out as a culture. People think it evolved into a culture.
No, that shit is us. It's the people.
There's 5 to 6 fundamentals of hip hop, and most young people that grew up in hip hop tried 3 to 5 of them. So you get a dude that's like, I was a b-boy. I used to dance. I used to tag, and I used to DJ. Yeah. You like, I used to MC. I used to graffiti. I used to, you know what I mean? Like,
I used to sell dope. I used to break dance, and I used to rap. Like,
no, but like all of them, all of them. When you talk to the DJs, especially your father's friends, a couple of them niggas was rappers. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but that's like, okay. So that's what made me know that I could rap. So I literally, the first hip hop song that I knew that I could recite was Hip Hop Array.
That's hilarious.
By Naughty by Nature. So,
but that makes sense.
My dad is a big, like, he's big on like East Coast rap. Like, my dad supported his, okay? Mm-hmm. So he supported East Coast rap, like, for real. So when Beans was popping, my dad was playing and it was snapping, okay? Mm-hmm. We listened to fucking Jadakiss. Free Jadakiss and Beans beef, that little mixtape that came out that year. You know what the fuck I'm talking about? College. That was my first my motherfucking dad played that shit the fuck out, okay? I knew that shit. I was like 7. Why do I know this?
Shout out to DJ Radio.
Beans kept going though. When the beat was fading away, Beans was like, no, fuck it, I don't want to stop. And he hands to the gun is cocked. He kept going. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. It was amazing to me. I fell in love with, like, you know how people ask you, when did you fall in love with hip hop? Because this year hip hop turned 50 years old.
So that was your year?
No, I've been fell in love with hip hop like since way back when. Like, you know what's one of my favorite songs?
I'm listening.
Life's a bitch when you high. That's why you get high, but you never know when you gonna go.
You talking about the song when AZ first drowned Nas?
AZ said
the first time you drowned Nas.
He said
realizing the realism of life and actuality. Fuck who's the baddest. A person's status depends on salary, and my mentality is money orientated. I'm destined to live the dream for all my peeps who never made it. Cause we were beginners in the hood as 5%ers, but something must have got in us. Cause all of us turned to
resting in pieces. Others such as myself is trying to carry on tradition.
Keeping this effervescence, you got Oasis inside us, cause it provides us with the type of insight that got us. Even though we know somehow we all gotta go, but as long as we leaving thieving, we'll be leaving.
So some plenty dope. So
the day we expire and turn to vapors. Me and my capers, I be somewhere stacking plenty papers, keeping it real, packing still getting high.
Cause life's a bitch and then you die.
How do you start the song like that?
These niggas was 19, 20 years old. First of all,
babies.
It was amazing to me. But that is what made me fall in love with hip hop.
You know, I'm one of 5 niggas that can recite that.
My dad played that shit. My dad was big on like Biggie, The Firm, Foxy. So that's where Pretty Brown Skin Poppin come from. If a lot of people don't know, I'm a huge Foxy Brown fan. I love Foxy Brown. And Foxy Brown made me feel Foxy like, you can be pretty, you can be chocolate, and you can be poppin'. And that's where Pretty Brown Skin Poppin came from.
When I was in high school,
I always thought she was the shit. She was the shit to me.
She was a pretty chocolate girl. She had like,
Nicki Minaj even say Foxy Brown is like, and Nicki's one of my favorites. Nicki Minaj is actually the reason how I started like not being shy to rap. So at school and shit, everybody knew I could sing and shit. I was part of the chorus and all that. So everybody knew that. But like when it came to like rapping, like when it came to it, when niggas jumping on the table and shit, and I really used to fuck it up, that confidence came from being able to be accessible to YouTube, to watching somebody being developed into who they becoming.
Cause you know
and that was Nicki Minaj. We watched her be developed into who she was becoming, and she's
absolutely
great. You know what I'm saying? She's amazing.
You saw her body change, but there was there was a time in hip hop where like you had Roxanne's and you had Queens, and Queen was during when videos first started coming out, but like the visuals of the female in hip hop was a lot of red and lighter.
Shout out to Moni Love though. She's a red bone, but Moni came on the track spitting.
Was red and got lighter. When Foxy came out, I saw swagger.
She Trinidadian.
Of brown skin
Caribbean girl.
Change.
Yeah.
And I loved it because I recognized that you was beautiful before you was the thing. Because I know light skinned girls was a thing for a long time. A little bit before you got here. You came in a good time. But it was a time where
my mom was the shit.
But just like you know how they say light skinned guys went out of style. Yeah. There was a time when it was all about light skin.
Because you had light skin Jermaine, you had dark skin Jermaine. I got that from Bean song. Remember that? Might go up like dark skin Jermaine.
Shout out to my man. We was on a road trip one day and they wanted to listen to Beans, and he's a conscious brother. Verse Mega. Very talented. And he said, what's your life like and then explained all this shit I don't want my life to be like. And nobody wanted to admit it except probably me, because I'm sure I spoke to it. But he was dead right. Like, it's one thing to embrace what you went through.
Yeah.
But don't ask me what my life like, because I didn't.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But it's just funny, man, because
when I hear that with your life, like I think of Meek when I hear that with your life, like, remember when Meek did that freestyle? He said, nigga, what's your life like? Cause mine real. I swear to God, y'all don't know how I feel. Stuck up in the struggle with no way out. Like, Puff Job, fuck an album, fuck the slow way out. Like, what?
It'd be crazy.
He speak volume. Like, I remember when I first moved to Atlanta, I was like a little lonely. He dropped Ooza Noodle Babies. He had just came home.
I remember when that came out.
He dropped Ooza Noodles Babies the week of Thanksgiving. I wasn't able, I couldn't get a plane ticket. My car was there. I wasn't able to get home for Thanksgiving. It's the first Thanksgiving I had with my family, so I was kind of like sad as fuck, right? And he played, I popped that shit in my phone, Apple Music, like, Meek will drop this. I'm like, let me listen to this shit. And then it's, ain't nobody to give me no hope. I hope my mama ain't doing no dope. I listened to that shit 3 times. I called my brother crying like, did you listen to Ooza Noodles Babies? He like, what's wrong with you? I said, I really miss y'all. Like, I really miss y'all. That shit touched my heart. Because literally growing up in Philly, if you don't feel that shit, that was literally all of us. Like, and he ended that shit like, who the fuck gonna babysit? If your mom at work all day, your dad's dead or in jail, who the fuck is babysitting? Your big sister that's 5 years older than you, watching you, her little sister that's 2 years younger than her, the little brother that's 3-4 years younger than her, then the little sister that's 5 years younger than her, because that was my life.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
I'll give you something you could probably relate to, because you Philly and Delaware. There was a time where I had to realize...
And Jersey. I went to school in Jersey for like a school year.
And my people celebrate Christmas. You know what I mean? We celebrate Christmas. But I had to realize that on Christmas, when you call your homies...
Yeah.
The ones around the way, you ask them what they about to do. The ones from school, because I went to private school...
Yeah.
You ask them what they got for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because when you ask the ones around the way what they got for Christmas,
we ain't had no Christmas.
It wasn't nothing.
It wasn't no fucking Christmas.
And then
Christmas was the lights on and the heat on.
But for me,
and food on the table.
My house wide open all day. Y'all can eat all day. Y'all can play with every toy I got. You know what I mean? That was my mentality. I'm a kid. It's nothing. But like, I had to really not ask them, because sometimes they would be ashamed. Because we not going to their crib.
Because as kids, we felt, as kids, especially growing up in Philly, we felt we had to meet certain standards, but we really didn't. No. Because everybody was going home dealing with their own type of shit.
And at the end of the day, we went to the Chinese store. We all split the same 7 hours to figure something out.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my peoples ain't give me $20. My mom limit
I tell my niece all the time. Like, I be like, yo, because you gotta keep it real with the kids, because if you don't keep it real with them, they gonna think life is peaches and cream, and that shit ain't.
Ciaga sneakers.
You feel me? So I keep shit real with my niece. Like, it was once upon a time that her dad and I was like really cool, because him and my sister was boyfriend and girlfriend. And I'm like, yeah. Your dad, I was like, I smoked weed with my little boyfriend at that time. I said, but your dad, that's how I learned how to roll up. I said, once I learned how to roll up, it was a fucking rap. I was getting high. And I told her that. She be like, dang, I don't even see you and my dad being cool. But I be trying to tell her dad went through like a lot of shit.
Life happens.
I'm like, your dad went through a lot of shit in his life. And I was like, like, I love your dad. That's always going to be like my brother. But, we grow up. I'm like, but don't think everybody hate each other. But he went through a lot of shit in his life. Like, I'm talking about, like, he lost his brother when we was young. His brother was like my brother, too. There was a loss for all of us, but that was his brother.
You see,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Your empathy is what makes you a special person.
Really?
Because even when you talk about, from the beginning of the conversation, you talk about, I was rough. I'd tear up. I'd do this, that, and the third. Then I said I like the sweet you, and you understood exactly what the sweet you was, where it came from, and I made a joke about that was the original you, whatever have you.
Yeah.
But then even now, speaking to this gentleman with, I don't know what his situation is with the mother of his child.
Right.
The first thing that you said was, he's been through a lot.
Yeah. I had to let her know her dad love her. And because it's like, nobody tell us that, but he does.
Prioritize that.
We do. Yes. He does love her. And she spent this weekend with them, you know what I'm saying? Because she in Georgia now, like I was telling you. And she just was like, I had so much fun with my dad and my and her little brother and little sister. And I wanted that for her.
It's more like
because I want you to know that your dad loves you, but he was young. Like my sister and her dad were young when they had my niece. You know what I'm saying? We were still kids for real. So it's like, that has to be installed in us. Because for a long time, I felt like my dad ain't love me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. But then it's like, damn, nigga, you only 20 years older than me. Like, you was figuring yourself out.
But when you
figuring
have
life
children
out.
young, you don't have stability. You know what I mean?
My pop was decent though. I used to go horseback riding. I'm a bougie hood bitch. You feel me? I'm a bougie ass hood bitch.
This is what's funny about talking to you. Like, I'm a like my parents had timeshare in Aruba when I was a kid.
You went to Aruba?
I've been to Aruba a few times.
Beautiful, right? I never been, but when my mom and my stepdad go, I get hella pictures and they want me to go with them. Yeah. And I'm gonna take off work one day so I can take that time to go with them. You know what I'm saying? Let me know
what they recommend because I plan to go back and I'll let you know what I recommend from. I haven't been there in a while, but there's a couple spots that's still the same.
We can make it happen.
But I remember I met a girl from the Bronx when I was out there. And I'm not saying y'all direct because she was light skinned because I was in the light skin phase. I was a kid. And her family was from the Bronx and her brother was older. He was cool and there was a lot of them. It was like 4 or 5 of them. And one day we was all at the pool and they was like, we gotta go because we gotta get dressed. We about to go horseback riding.
You went horseback riding?
No, they didn't invite me. But my thing was like, y'all black from New York City, like the middle of the city, and y'all ride horses? I couldn't believe
my pop
that
is bougie as fuck, okay?
That shit is like amazing.
The country people say theater, we say theater, but my pop had a motherfucking theater, okay? We watch my pop straight out of Mississippi, okay? So he's still country. I love my grand. It's like even though you're not close to people, you just
and it is.
If it wasn't
we all
for them,
come from the country.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. So we got not a choice but to love them. Like,
but I would have probably loved growing up riding horses. But at that point,
I mean, I went horseback riding a few times, but I still lived in Brickyard, back to back. I still was in the hood. I still went to the projects at the end of the day.
I don't want you to feel guilty. I think that is dope because, like I said, I had
to go from the projects to horseback riding.
Didn't have too.
My mom loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't realize. Like, I was talking to my aunt one time. My mom, little sister, and she was like, how your granddad doing? Like, she the reason what made me reach out to him because I haven't talked to him in like years. So I'm like, you know what, let me reach out to my granddad because I talk to like my grandmoms, you know. Let me reach out to my granddad and see what's up. Like my mom dad, that's my papa, he crazy, but I love my papa. But my dad's dad, that's the one that horseback riding and shit. He was in the army and shit, but my brother spent a lot of time with him, so he know him and know his story. Cause you know you gotta share your story. Who else you finna share it with? So he talking to my brother, like just telling him. And then me and my brother.
Our story is always oratory.
I was like, oh.
I'm just making sure you alright.
You looked at me like, bitch, you better not.
Listen, I'd have been doing this a while. I'd have seen quite a few people fall out of church.
I ain't gonna fall. I keep it classy. I'm like, I'm cracking up. When I said that, I just thought about Dave Chappelle's show when the girl was like, I keeps it real. Remember when she kept doing all the extra shit? Cause saying she keep it real.
Keep it real, yeah.
That's one of my favorite episodes. It's funny as shit. Shout out to Dave Chappelle though. But like, no, so my granddad, like I guess he, you know, he took us like places when we was younger. It's places I remember because it was good memories. And I try to remember the good shit over the bad shit. I've been going to funerals since I was like 10. So I just, you know what I'm saying? That's growing up in Philly. It ain't new to me. It ain't new to you. This our life, which it shouldn't be. It's traumatic as fuck.
Yeah, a lot of my life has been dictated by death, and that's sad. But we good.
It's crazy, like, you know. But I literally, like, try to cherish those things. Like, in Atlanta, I ain't want to live downtown. Downtown was like living in Philly to me. So I live, like, in a nice, quiet, suburban area.
How long it take you to get downtown? Because that doesn't give up where you at. That could be 18
minutes. Yeah, like 18 minutes from downtown. You know what I'm saying? But
that's actually kind of perfect to me.
I'm in like a
and I grew up in Mount Airy,
that's a
so
suburban
20
area.
minutes to get downtown sound great to me.
Right. Because you ain't to XH stop to the motherfucking sub and boop, you want to sub. A lot of bang.
I'm right on 76. I'm spoiled. All my homies had cars since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
I know I get the fuck around the city. Listen, me and my motherfucking sister. We the fuck was outside. Me and my sisters, we used to be outside. Like knew the whole fucking Philadelphia.
That's what I was about to say. Y'all safe everywhere with 50 of y'all.
Well, it did used to be up. It did used to be a lot of us, like, you know.
I mean, but y'all don't even all have to go. Y'all know
but we
everybody.
We cool people though.
Somebody
you know
knows somebody.
Exactly, and that's exactly how the fuck it was. Somebody always knew somebody who knew somebody. Like when I started popping on the rap shit in the Philly scene, it's like, oh, that's such and such cousin. Oh yeah, that's such and such. Like my uncle was like, I had to tell niggas you was my niece, and they ain't believe me. They ain't believe my uncle was my uncle and shit. My mom, little brother, he probably like your age and shit. So like he like my brother, you know what I'm saying? But he my uncle. Shout out to my uncle Reem. I love you, Unc. I really love my uncle though. But he was like, yeah, I had to tell niggas like that's my niece. He like niggas like they ain't your niece. He like I had to pull up old pics like this is my motherfucking niece. My uncle used to go to Rose. I used to go to Whittier. He used to walk us to school and walk us the fuck home. Okay,
I know what that's
my
about.
fucking uncle. So this for the record, that's my uncle.
That's like
so
what I
don't
was
play
saying
with my
about my mom and her sister, my aunt Laura. They went to the same school in high school. And some girls ain't like them or was talking about doing something to them, whatever have you. My uncle caught wind of it, went to their class and told their teacher they going home. And they like, what? Go home.
That was me and my sister. Little and rumbling.
Go home.
Then that was my mom, and then that was my mom. Like you hear stories and you be like, oh, y'all be trying to make it seem like motherfuckers crazy. We get it from you.
But mind you, coming up, if your sister would have pulled you out of class, your mom would have been mad. But back in them days, they was doing all that shit.
Nah, my mom would have been mad, but she wouldn't have been mad.
See, my mom would have been pissed because my mom would have. I don't know. My mom is weird because with my mom,
it be depending on the situation.
Yeah, because I'm gonna keep it G. With my mom, she always just wanted to know why. Like don't be out here wilding over dumb shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? As long as I could explain
learning what to react to. Remember I said that earlier in our conversation?
Did.
It's learning what to respond to, what to give a reaction to, because if we continue to allow people to let us get out of our character, they have complete control over us.
But I think out of your character is an excuse because ultimately it's a part of your character.
Oh yeah, it is. I be telling
I
tell motherfuckers all the time, don't be letting me get this bitch out.
You.
Yeah, don't let me dig this bitch the fuck out because I try to leave in the closet.
And now, unless we're saying the character that we're playing as in we're in a role, but outside of that, it's still a part of your character as far as your makeup. Yeah. Like you still have that side of I will hurt you before you hurt me. And how that's represented might be different nowadays, but I still have my limits. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But that should be human because I had an old head that told me a long time ago, every man deserves his 4 feet of circumference. If I don't want you within them 4 feet, I have right.
People have to learn to respect people boundaries.
Exactly.
People do not respect boundaries. I hate that. I hate explaining myself to a grown ass man about my motherfucking boundaries and I already motherfucking said it. Now
I've never tried that when the women, because I walked through a club and got groped so many times, I thought I was a fucking porn star. I'm not lying. Like, it was weird. Like, I was there 15 minutes. Like, this is the best night ever or the worst night? What is going on? You can't even see who grabbing your shit. He got on
sweatpants.
Can't even see. I probably did. But you can't even see who grabbing your shit. And it's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. But it's not comfortable. Like, I got hair. I don't like everybody walking up and grabbing my hair.
I feel that whole 100%.
That's a thing.
Okay, so I come from a fucking great grandmother that's mulatto, but they told her she was Indian. But I'm like, this bitch is not an Indian. What are y'all talking about? Definitely don't look Indian to me. Yeah, but I didn't start to see that when I was older. But I mean, like both of my grandmoms, great grandmothers are mulatto, so we all got a little white in us. All of us come from a little rape baby or something. You feel me?
My grandma just explained something to me recently.
I just spray water, and everybody think I be lying, but I'm dead serious. Like. I just spray water and add a little gel and I slick her back. Yeah. People think I be lying, but I'm like, no, like that's all I do. But that comes from the history of what's in our DNA. I hate it.
Don't just
the story behind
my hair.
I don't like when people touch my hair because they be like, you a black girl with good hair. And they be like, no, I just got my hair.
And I feel like dudes are more bold. Like the guy that grabs your hand or your ass, he kind of wants you to know he did it. The girls that grab your hair play games. When you a guy, they'll like pull
grab
your
hair. It's like grabbing a beard, like they be,
or like turn around and start talking to a group of niggas. Maybe their girlfriends is over there too, but like y'all talking like so. Now I'm looking around and you did the shit, and now these niggas looking at me weird. Like what just happened to me?
Like what's going on?
All I wanted was some wings and a beverage.
What just happened to me? I was harassed.
It's weird, and I mean,
no harassment goes too, because some females don't be thinking they're harassing men, but you are.
But you gotta realize that. you're uncomfortable about people in your space for a certain reason.
Yeah.
Similar to me being uncomfortable in my space for a certain reason.
Right.
They might not be the same reasons.
But respect the boundaries.
But I come from being paranoid and having to be on my toes. When somebody gets close enough to go, yoink, I'm slipping. What just happened? Like, bells start going off.
Not
you see what I'm saying?
yoink.
Like, you know, because that's basically, it's not, they didn't stab you, they didn't punch you. It's like a thing that's just like,
you too close to me to be able to touch you.
With me
that's a
that
fact.
I'm not aware of.
That's a fact.
And you could be bad, and I'd have told you, yo, just tap me on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me. You see what I'm saying? The same thing that you would have told me.
Right. It's a respect thing. Mm-hmm. Some people don't, like I said, respecting boundaries. People don't know what that should be. Like, I hate repeating myself. Like, I'm not a motherfucking broken record. So I start repeating myself. It just be to leave me the fuck alone. I'm tired of begging motherfuckers to leave me alone. Like, I'm like, can you just please leave me alone?
I study a lot of bosses in different formations. I don't like having the same conversation twice. And I don't understand if you
I'm not even opening the message. I'm like, fuck out of here.
And don't expect me to say it the same way every time.
Right. Because after a while, I was going to start being real.
Cool way. Mm-hmm. The next time is going to be in a dumbed down.
I'm fucking sparing you.
Way.
I'm sparing you right now.
The third
Stop
time,
fucking antagonizing me.
Stop playing.
Stop.
Because at some point, it's like, well, I'm grown, you playing with me. Right.
And people will do that to get a reaction. You know what I'm saying? When you don't give people a reaction, then they piss the fuck off.
My
Go blow that fucking steam, bitch.
My strategy is to give you the reaction that you don't expect.
Exactly. Cause I'm like when I told you I used to be reckless, mm-hmm. I used to be just, you know what I'm saying? But
with great minds come a lot of crafty.
It does. I just feel like, you know, we start to look at shit like and be like, nah, because I feel like I used to get on live like a whole fucking lot. I used to feel like I had to explain myself if somebody said something about me. Like, then I got to the point where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you think what you think, you got your perception made up, guess the fuck what? Take that shit and fucking strut with it, because I don't give a fuck.
And I give you something else that adds on to that. The world is watching, right? To a certain extent. You never know who's on your page, who sees the show, who whatever you do, right?
Right.
People are looking at where people want to dedicate. They're looking at the numbers, but they're also looking at where you're devoting your energy to.
Facts.
So if your energy is dedicated to things that are negative or that are to clean up things that really that conversation doesn't really clean up, then why would I want to be in business with you? Because that takes away so much more. Because if I go into business with you, it adds on to what you got going on.
Right, and it takes a lot. It takes
your
just
energy
as much,
is over there.
Right, it takes a lot to respond and react to that negative shit. When you can really put that into
you gotta even get your hair right to do the shit, because they can't give you no backlash after you do it about how you look while you was doing it.
Hello, exactly.
That shit is
People
work.
don't understand it.
That's like women that are private investigators. Like, yo, you should get paid for that shit. They pay $100,000 and better for that kind of work you put in, sweetheart. You solving everybody's bodies. You just figured out 3 of your girlfriends cheating husbands.
That's crazy. But you see, like, I feel like why get into that and go into that with people? Why get into that and go into the negative aspect when you can just be bringing something more of like meaningful and, you know what I'm saying? Positive.
And productive.
I hate negative energy.
Work towards something.
I do not like negative shit. If I feel like you're negative, I cannot fuck with you. Like, I be like, and I let motherfuckers know, like, I don't sugarcoat shit for nobody. It's black or it's white. I don't do no fucking in between gray shit. I keep that shit a bean. I be like, listen, and what I've also learned. You just sounded Dominican
when you said that, but go ahead.
I definitely try to, like, I be respectful. Sometimes I used to talk at people, but that's coming from the fucking streets. Sometimes it's how you get to a motherfucker.
To a certain
like, you gotta talk.
To a certain extent, you feel like you're not ever being listened to. It's too much going on.
Listen, I used to be the only little female, little skinny as shit in the studio full of fucking niggas that's hounds, and everybody want to hog the mic.
I got a homegirl like you.
Everybody want to hog the mic. So now I'm like, nigga, you hype as shit, you Joe as shit.
No, that's how Nat used to be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you be like, damn. So that's what makes you a way. Also, like, it's a way to learn how to be gentle too. Like, you know, to a motherfucker that's their language of how they want you to handle them.
But you ever talk to somebody that just came home and they say, you know what I'm saying? You understand?
They keep touching you.
Every 5 words.
Keep touching
every
me.
5 words. All it make me think is, so nobody listens to each other in there?
I hate when you keep touching me. Why you keep... I be like, stop.
I'm listening. I'm with you.
Stop touching me.
You feel me? You feel me? No, I'm with you. Let's go. Say 2 sentences first. Mm-hmm. Like, and it'd be like, because you grow up, you get used to, I don't want to say grow up because we talk about 2 different situations, but you get used to environments where you have to fight to be heard, and then you go to places that are way more relaxed,
right?
And they could be cities or they could be Atlanta, and not that Atlanta is a city, but it's a country city, but they could be either one. But it's like they're not on it like we on it, and that can be an advantage. Or that can be a disadvantage because I could trick myself out the situation being on my Philly shit.
Right. When I went out Phoenix, like exactly what you're describing is literally like it slowed me down. That was like 2016. And one thing about me, I'm going to take the opportunity to travel. Like if it's this, especially if it's fucking making money, I'm hopping on that shit. I'm like, I'm outside. You feel me?
Experience and the check.
So exactly, experience and the check. So I definitely like with all the experiences that I've endured, I'm grateful to have been around different cultures. Like going to Imani Charter, we went to school with real lot of Africans that came from Africa. So if you weren't ignorant, I wasn't ignorant. I didn't grow up in an ignorant household. Like my name is Neesa Jamila. I grew up around motherfuckers.
But you was confident in you. You came up from a tribe.
So I was interested.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
From a tribe.
Facts. That's a fact. I don't know which tribe, but definitely from one. Because it's stems.
Shit, you got a tribe in Germantown.
You right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about?
My family
How
deep.
many people do
Germantown North, the whole North Philly, Germantown area. Like, it's literally like, yo, speaking of family, this is some real shit that happened in my life. 4th grade, Imani Charter School. It's a boy named Joel in my class, right?
Okay.
So he got my same last name. So in my eyes, like at that age, I'm like, if your last name is my last name, like the fuck, we family, like, you know what I'm saying? Because my dad's side of the family is like fairly small, and they're from Mississippi. Remember I told you that. So most in Mississippi, most in Chattanooga, Tennessee, like they gap the fuck out. It's a lot.
You got a French last name?
No, Irish.
All right.
Why y'all always trying to say that I'm
Creole?
Yeah, y'all do. You and on the other joint, y'all said that. No, y'all said that in the other joint. Y'all was like, "What is you?" And I was like, "What y'all mean with him?" When we had the other interview.
Yeah.
You and Kramer said that.
That's funny though.
You and Kramer said that.
All right, so that remains true.
Yeah, I'm cracking up because it might be. You never know.
I ain't gonna fight.
That's Irish. Brady. Brady's my last name.
Oh, because you didn't say it earlier. I didn't want to make. I didn't.
So my cousin, he was in my class, but I really. We was cool. I was always cool with everybody. That was my personality. So that's still my personality. Like I'm just a bubbly person. I love people. I'm a person. I'm big on energy. But if your energy ain't right, I don't fuck with you. But if your energy right, I fuck with you. Though? Going to his pop-pop's funeral. His pop-pop and my pop-pop was brothers.
Oh shit, y'all close.
Deep family. Shit, right. So from that moment, we've always kept in touch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dope. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to Jay. You know, it's just crazy because it's crazy how life works when you find family, but I also feel like we gotta be careful on what we invite into our lives. That's different with Jay because we was in 4th grade and we've built, you know, a relationship and shit since then, and we keep in contact with each other. We were supposed to link up yesterday, but some things had occurred where we couldn't. But I was gonna meet his kids and all. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my dog. We was in school together, so we got our own bond. You know what I'm saying? His dad and my dad are first cousins.
Right.
His pop-pop and my pop-pop were brothers. His pop-pop passed away when we were young. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different, but it was crazy because I always used to say he was my cousin because of our last name, but then
wound up being true.
He really was my fucking like bloodline, same DNA cousin.
But there's so many life lessons in that. Like, just how you treat people. Like, you was already treating him like family, and he became family. And like you said before that, we all connected at some point or some other. Like,
they come from my mom.
Dope.
That comes from my mom. My mom is like, how she stored stuff in us, how she raised us. Like, literally, I remember one time my mom said she seen my brother on the bus. And he got up for an old lady. But she didn't know if he was going to do it or not. She said she just sat and watched.
Yep. I know them stories.
And then she said, like, he did it. And then they got off the bus at the same time. And my brother was like, oh, Mom, I ain't even see you. You know what I'm saying? It's like years ago. And she like, yeah, I was on there or whatever. And she was like, that's when I knew I raised my son right. Like, you know.
It's what they do in the absence of you. Because we all know how to play a role.
Facts.
And I mean, you're a female, so you know that better than anyway. Your homegirls' fathers.
I hate ignorant niggas.
Your homegirls' fathers have no idea.
Yeah. I hate ignorant niggas. She's like, if you rude and stuff, I be like, oh my God, like, ew. But I definitely go toe to toe with a nigga sometimes. Not all the time.
Just be careful.
It be like that.
Because things are strange right now, and I don't need all the German.
See, now, I be in the fucking house. I don't even do that.
Some shit.
I be in the house in my peaceful zone. Like, you know what I'm saying? I created my own sense of peace in my sacred space, my sanity. You know what I'm saying?
We running short on time.
Okay.
What do you have coming up or out that people need to be aware of and tap into? Because I'm sure at this point they love you and now they want to see. If they haven't heard anything, they like, well, shit. Where's the shit?
Right, damn, I've been for a little while. But listen, okay, so I got my single PBSP flow that's popping right now. Make sure y'all go and stream that. It's on all platforms. I got my show PBSP Poppin' My Time. It's a reality show. Real raw shit about my life, about the grind, about
and you might could be there actually. Now let's talk about that because we still got some time before that happens
with the performance.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna be having a show. It's definitely gonna be in Atlanta. Shout out to Mighty Goodie Visions. We putting this together. It's gonna be an actual showcase. It's gonna be like the evolution of my career, like Neesa Philly into, you know, currently now, and I'm gonna be doing it with my new single that is called Big Dog, and it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait.
I'm pulling up, God willing. Neesa's gonna. I might even pay for it. We're gonna get 2 extra tickets. Subscribe, like, share, comment.
Subscribe, like, share, comment. Sippin' with Sammie. Make sure y'all go to my page too.
You see what I'm
Subscribe
saying?
to
Even
me.
if you want hers. Yeah, I'm not biased. You could be one of her people. We give you them tickets. I can't get you there, but if you want to be there, then maybe we can get you in the building and make sure that you ain't wasting your time traveling. How about that?
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Anything else?
I'm lit. Sammie got me lit, y'all.
You doing a great job, by the way.
I held it together.
Yeah, you was good.
That's lit. But make sure y'all go stream PBSP Flow. Go get them numbers up for me, you know.
Instagram.
Fuck with me. Instagram at Neesa PBSP, Neesa PBSP. Pretty Brown Skin Poppin. My name is Neesa, not Nessa. Okay.
Who do they reach out to if they want to book you?
So if they want to reach out to, if y'all want to book me, send an email to book BOOKNEESA PHILLY at gmail.com. So that's book Neesa Philly at gmail.com, and we respond within 24 to 48 business hours.
See, that's how real I am. I know Neesa the type that you got to hit up the particular situation for her situation. That's a whole other situation. Yeah. But no, I appreciate you. I had a great time with you. Thank you for having me, bro. I'm glad that you hit me while you was in town. Thank you.
I met you up again next time I'm in town.
We got to do more of this. We only got halfway through your story.
We gonna try Kravitz next time so we can get
let's have some fun, man. Whatever. You know? I might even build a panel and we'll get into some crazy shit. Like let's not? Let's learn together.
Because this time we got into some like little real shit. I felt I was a little vulnerable, but it's cool.
No,
that's how people get to know you. Tap into you.
Like I said, I don't want this to be the interviews you already did. Everybody already put a camera.
Nah, this was some real shit. I like it. It's like I said, having a conversation with a long lost cousin.
I appreciate
it. How we be on live already. Make sure y'all tap in. I ain't been on live in a minute, but
you know what? I'm gonna go live soon, and I'm gonna pull her up and tap in with me because she always taps in, and we always have a great time.
I gotta start tapping back in.
She not one of them. She keep it Jeezy. But You are appreciated.
Thank you for having me. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Never a problem whenever. If you got something coming, let me know. Let me be a part of your rollout. I still got the concert series. I want you to touch the stage on the concert series.
Bet we
might even do it in Atlanta one time. You can
let me know so I can help you out with
artists. I'll bring a few artists. We can make it happen together.
For sure.
All right.
Sippin' with Sammie, y'all.
Yeah, this is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together. And if you ain't fucking with Neesa, man, get it done.
Get it the fuck done, bun. Period.
Oh, man. I need you to sign the board behind you.
It's the king of hooks, baby. Sam Malone, what up? Corey. Yeah, man. They ain't right at all. Get what you're looking for. Yeah. They ain't right. In the streets, we're getting caught no more.
Slick as I wanna be, smooth as ever seen. Melody could be felony, what you telling me? What? Learn to play from Bill Bellamy, Peter Guns, someone else. I'm something else, something different. That's what she sniffing. Call Malone shit, different from pimping. Scene was basic till I slipped in, trapping, loading, clipping, saying on niggas bitches. I call niggas bitches. Like bitch, handle business first boy, like incense. Twist 3, dismiss. That's Malone's mistress. Music business, I'm trafficking. What was mastered in, led through a path to sin. Walls crashing in, cashing in. Couldn't figure out what was happening, but trapped again. Backfire from trapping in. Shit, ironic as hell. My pocket's loud in the cell while waiting on Tiny to post bell. Oh hell.
Get what you're looking for. Streets we getting caught no more.
At all.
They ain't right. Don't fight right through the pain. They ain't right. See me walk through the gate.
Can't fight tears, I can't find fear that ain't mine. I can't see big blind, spend time showering shit time. Outside on more hills, all ting ground. Like tunnels with backwoods, sparkwoods countless. Nice pitch black, go legit, switch back, loud pack, 6-pack, V8 Harley, switch that. Ready to flip mag